before, right?
There's Kim Mees.
Nice to
Ask Kim first.
Okay, I will. All set, Nick? All right, we'll call this meeting, the Ways and Means Committee, together today, Tuesday, November the 3rd, 2015, at 4 o'clock. Deanne, would you please call the roll?
Kuna?
Here.
Joey?
Here.
Rancid?
Here.
Gibb?
Here.
Harris?
Here.
Lutz?
Here.
Regan?
Excused.
Four present.
Thank you, ma'am. We've all had an opportunity to review the minutes of 10/6/15.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion on the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Under public input, if anybody would like to address Ways and Means, please step to the podium, state your name, and whatever you'd like to talk on.
They're rolling.
All right, seeing no one's coming forward, under our next order of business, under petitions and communications, we have the Qualified Energy Conservation Bond transfer of funds to the state of Michigan.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Commissioner Begic.
Just wondered why we didn't use it. I mean,
Well, it's an allocation.
okay.
It's not
You
an
don't have to
actual
use it.
fund.
Not appropriate.
And if somebody has an energy project, they can get tax credits or whatever. It's not actual, we didn't lose anything.
Have we ever used it, Bob?
No.
Okay. It's just there in case somebody, it's an enticement then, right?
Every year they allocate it.
Okay. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the friend of the court, we have the fiscal year 2016 federal visitation and excess grant for Bay County Friend of the Court.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have mosquito control. This is the scrap tire cleanup grant.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the Personnel Director, we have the Flexible Spending and Cobra Services contract.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Number 2, we have the Christmas collection efforts.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Under E, from the Director of Administrative Services, this is the Soldiers Relief Budget Adjustment, $10,400.
Support.
Moved and supported. Commissioner Begic?
Asked Bruce Douglas to be here, but apparently he's busy. But the need is great. There's a lot of it, I think, has been going to housing. You know, Deb probably knows a little bit more where a lot of the money's been going to.
Utility payments, rent payments, some mortgage payments.
Lots of need. You know, a lot of
Definitely.
Iraqi and Afghanistan veterans coming back, along with the ones that have been here before. So,
Sure.
thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have any discussion on this item? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the Animal Control Manager, this is a grant application of $9,900 for the to the Animal Welfare Fund.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the Buildings and Grounds Supervisor, this is an update on the various painting projects.
Motion.
Moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Commissioner Harry.
I hope Mr. Morris will come and at least let some of the folks at home know that we're trying to work on the infrastructure of the county, and one of the things about it is keeping this building in good shape, plus the other buildings, and I'm sure he can give us a little rundown on some of the things that have been done to the facilities.
Well, so far, since April, the paint, completed a lot of painting in different areas, a couple different buildings. The county building, we went through every floor, half the 6th and 5th floor. We tackled quite a few offices, 1st floor, 2nd floor, 3rd floor. Fourth floor, the back entrance, 6th, 8th, both stairwells, which was very time consuming. The juvenile home, we've went through about 75% of the building, painted the gym, the east and west wings, the room. Some of the classrooms, exterior doors, and trim around the outside of the building. Fairgrounds, we painted both bathhouses in and out, and shower. Storage barn that's used by the fair board. All the bleachers and the grandstand area had that painted. The courts and the health departments, the marquee over in Washington, the sign for the complex, the signs and the marquee stuff. All exterior doors and trim. One judge's chambers. Hallways, prosecutors, victims, rooms. And there's still more to do in the facility. Big Time Park, the gazebo will be in the stage, there, and the bathrooms is exterior. And then the inside of it is located as well. With all that, we were approved for $75,000 for wages. We have $39,600 left of that. In the supplies, we have $7,229 out of $15,200. Pretty good list to go through. Some of the buildings that we haven't touched yet. We haven't been to the Civic Arena yet. The community center, we just started over there because of the nice weather we've got. Got them working outside on the doors, and we turned to tie the same color in which they were at the Riverside Center in the kitchen. We're bringing that color around the front of the building. To, all on the same color.
Thank you, John. Anybody else have any questions? Good job. You guys do a lot of work, a lot of good work of small crew, John. All right, with no other discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the Health Director, we have the Michigan Health Endowment Fund, Local Impact Grant.
So moved.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Joel, maybe you can answer this. What is this telemedicine machine in the schools, and what does it really do?
Well, one of the things that we often run into with their local schools calling up about different conditions that they might have with a particular student. Excuse me. And particularly in faraway places in County would be one where we already do have a presence there. A telemedicine machine basically is an integrated communication systems that has capacity to do things like check blood pressure or temperatures or a number of different medical tests that a novice or a layperson can be trained to use. That our hope is that, one, we could work with local schools that are in need to potentially use this. So if we do have particular students that they have questions about, that we can check them, or that we could use to develop this to provide more in-house services to the schools themselves. In essence, it's kind of like building a school nursing service within the grounds here. But it's a high-tech component to do that. So we have some schools kind of on the horizon for this, but what we wanted to do was get with them before we apply for the grant. But in essence, these machines cost about $20,000 to $25,000 a piece for that. So it would be my hope that we could employ or purchase 2 or 3 machines and also employ part-time nurse or wages for a nurse included in this as well.
So the goal is to hopefully at some point have one in every school?
At some point in time, yes, but we have to start small. These are pretty expensive machines.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. No other questions? All in favor? Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Number 2 would be the acceptance of the community health assessment funding from the various sources.
So moved.
Or.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the MDEQ, this is an agreement, well, an agreement with MDEQ regarding, I think this was some water testing and other things.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Number 4 would be the Household Hazardous Waste Collection Grant.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the Director of the Division on Aging, this is a memorandum of agreement for the matter of the balance program.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions? Joel, have we had this before, this particular grant on this fall, or, I think that's what that is.
I'll let Tammy speak to that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Tammy, sorry. Well, the Division on Aging, the memorandum of agreement with the matter of the balance program.
This is, this will be our 3rd year going into it if we sign this MOU, and it's a session for seniors in Bay County that can come and learn about a couple of ways of balancing exercises. It's a 6-week course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe, reading the background, we were training some of our staff, and I thought they were going out into the houses, but what you're saying is that it's a kind of a group program where seniors come in and
They
they
come
learn.
to our centers and be trained. Our staff is the ones that do the training. Cool.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Commissioner Beget.
In my other life or other job, I see a lot of falls, a lot of elderly people. So yesterday, a lady had sort of went down on her face, and there's a lot of them at home. You know, a lot of them happen in bathtubs and bathrooms and things like that. So
Right. And this is a preventative to help with some of those falls and how to prevent and what to look for in your household as far as rugs or towels or even pets.
Grab
so
bars,
they
yeah.
don't trip over them. Yeah, it's a great program. It's been
Right.
very successful.
Good. Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the Finance Officer, we have a number of budget adjustments.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have an analysis of the general fund equity for 2015. Motion to motion. Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have an update for the Executive Directive 2007-11.
Motion received. Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Mr. Mead, while you're here, I see on this particular item, we have from the 18th Circuit Court, and I think this is why this was put on the agenda. Now we're actually seeing some actual reductions in the grant. This is from the Circuit Court. The grant award was $310,000. Now it's going to be $162,000,
I think you're talking about the Swift Insure grant application.
I believe.
Yes.
And so you do have I mean, I'm not quite sure, with that grant being reduced dramatically, you do have a plan for the next year or the current year?
It will not affect our operation at all. The reason being is that grant is probably only about 4 years old. They originally started in the state with 4 pilot courts. We were not one of the pilots. In the second year, they had $3 or $4 million to distribute. We were one of 12 courts that applied, and we were given $400,000. It's a grant that's a spend as you go. So if you spend the money, you seek reimbursement, you get it back. Okay. We've never spent even close to the dollar amount that was awarded to us. Like other courts have been in the same position. So what they're doing now is more and more courts get awards. They are trimming back money that we haven't spent anyway. So it really doesn't affect our operation. It's money we wouldn't receive because we haven't spent it.
Sounds good, thank you.
Okay.
And there were a couple of others, Bob, and I think you're working with some of the folks on those?
I've been talking with the sheriff and the prosecutor on the bayonet grant, but we should have a recommendation in December.
All right. All right, any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We have the audit bid award. This is to be presented at the November 10th board meeting.
So moved.
Or,
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Referrals? Anybody have any referrals? Any unfinished business? New business? We have no closed session.
We do not.
Any miscellaneous? Commissioner Begic?
just an announcement, I'll be in Washington DC for Veterans Day next Wednesday, but I just want to remind you, they'll have ceremonies here, 11 o'clock at the county building, and then they'll be at the Edson, I think, somewhere after that in the afternoon, 1 o'clock. So that's next Wednesday, the 11th, be Veterans Day ceremonies.
All right, thank you, sir. Anybody have any else under miscellaneous? Any announcements? I guess if we have no announcements, then,
Motion to adjourn is always in order.
Or,
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.